Hello, everybody. It's April 16th, 2026. My name is Xander, and I'm here to solve some puzzles, so let's get to connections. Here we go. Cool Whip. Okay. Your ride, your wheels, your auto, your whip. These are your car. Okay. Can roast someone, needle them, rib them. I'm not sure about that. Oh, bodysuit, claws, mask, and whip are Catwoman accessories. And costume. So that could be one. I don't know. They both seem plausible. I guess the car one seems, if there were going to be a red herring or rainbow herring, that one seems more plausible. If it's a rainbow herring, so we have whip in this category. So maybe the others would go into another one. Yeah, needle, rib, roast, and ride could be to like tease someone. Roast sounds a little bit stronger. It still works. Bra does not seem to fit with anything, really. So it could be a partial word. Not really seeing another one like that, though. Day. Let's see. What about wheels? You still have auto and wheels and ride. I don't know. I can't see what those would go into as another category. But I also can't see what like claws would go to, for example. I guess bodysuit could kind of go with bra. This one might be one I need to come back to. And hopefully something will click. Auto, whip, wheels, ride. So ride could go with those teasing ones. Wheels, though. Wheels and auto. What could they be part of? Wheels. Meals on Wheels or Hot Wheels? Yeah, I don't know. Let's come back to this. Let's check out Strands. Come back to that. This is not working. Oh, we just had that as a clue in the crossword, but it meant leisure. I don't think that's the case for this one. This is not working. So maybe just like idling or there's this J here. What would that be? June is all I can see. I don't know what that would have to do with not working. Stint is usually a time when you are working. You have a stint in a temp job. Time, something time, free time. Almost. Pro bono. There's bono now. Just double F, like differ or something like that. Let's just start entering stuff. Oh, June apparently isn't even a word. Just relax or just I feel like that's got to be part of the spangram, the start of it. Just this is not working. Just in time or no? Oof. Not doing great on either of the puzzles yet. Rabbit. So this would carve out, let's see. I don't know. All right, might need to use a hint here. Let's go ahead and do that. Hobby, okay. So things you do that aren't working when you're not working. So free time really seemed like something, but don't quite have it. Just not sure. Something Asian here. Recreation. Okay. Just for, why did I not see that? Just for fun, just for fun. There you go. Okay. So recreation, hobby. What else would there be? I mean, those seem to like cover everything almost. Pastime. There's got to be something. Yeah, past. Past. Is it just one T? Oh, okay, it is. Stint? No, I already tried stint. Interest. There we go. And then the sideline. All right. Not the easiest one I've seen. There we go. Got through it eventually. That was the Strands. Let's check the Wordle. Hopefully that goes better. Great start so far. Stoic. Okay. Not tacit. What would end with CIT? Licit, tacit. That does not necessarily have to be what it ends with, but I'm just trying to think of anything that would work there. Ethic obviously won't work. Qubit. Does that work? Let's try it. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, narrowed it from 300 down to the last one. Okay. So people tried Yeah, I couldn't think of any of these words. All right. That was the Wordle. Let's check the pips. Today we have 1 by Ian, 2 by Rodolfo. Let's check the easy. Okay, 4 into equivalence. A few things. 1 into equivalence. That's got to be 4s. Okay, so then 4, 3. And then 3, 5. And then that goes there. All right, that's the easy. Let's take a look at the medium. Okay, equivalence into 10, 6 into 3 size. So it's not, it could be 4s or 5s. I feel like the 10 is going to be a 6-4 because we have an extra 6. But I don't really know. Okay, we could still do 4, 2 and 3, 3. This is not looking great though, because so how can I change this? Apparently like that. All right, there we go. Wow. That's kind of a tough one because you have your 2 options here, 4s or 5s, and the 5s work to the very end, seemed, at least the way I was doing it. But there we go. That was kind of a tricky medium. So let's take a look at the hard. Hopefully something goes right today. Okay, we have a negative space P with an 8 island, which there's a couple options for. Then we have 2 5-size equivalence region, a 4-size, and a 3-size. So 1s, 5s, 4s, 0s. I think we'll need all of those. Actually, that means that this would have to go here. So we can't use our double 4. It's got to go in one of these somewhere. Okay, so we have a 4. Come up here. Actually, let me count how many of each we have. 5 1s. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 5s. Well, 6 including this, but 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4s, and 5 0s. Okay, so we have enough to go for any of them to go anywhere. But I guess what I can look for is like for 0s, for example. Are there really any other places I can use those? They can't really go into this 8. They can go, you can put 1 in a 5 or 2 in an equivalence region, in which case we'd have 3 left for this section here. But so this 4 is going to go up here. What is the 4? What are 4s connected to? We have 6 of them, so a lot. 1s, 5s, 3s. We have 2 3s left. So those got to go. Well, no. Those can go in the 8 and a 5 or an equivalence region. Actually, let's look at the 6s. 2 6s. Those, I think, will have to go into a 2-size equivalence region because we could use 1 and then 8, but then we'd have 1 left that can't go anywhere. So 6s are in one of these two size equivalence regions, meaning the 8 will be 3, 5. I suppose it could be 4, 4. That would leave 4 4s left, 3 4s left after this, so they'd have to go here. That's not going to work. I don't think. No, I guess it could. These could go here, the 4s could go up. Yeah, anyway. But let's look at our 6s, because depending on what they're connected to, they're both these two size equivalence regions are going into at least 4 size equivalence regions. And so 4s and 5s, that leads me to believe that we'll need at least 4 of both of those and 5 of one of them. So like if this were 6s up here, we'd have to go this way because this can't be 6, 4 because we can't put a 4, 4 here and here. But we could put it here and then do 4, 5. Like that. This would have to be 4s. So then, yeah, the 8 and the 5 will need 3s. Right? So 5, 3, and 2, 3. We only have 1, 2. So then this 4 will go into here. That could be, what, 1s? We haven't really talked about 1s, but it's starting to look like 1s go in here. So if this is 3, 5, we could do 1, 3 here, 5, 0 here. Yes, this does work. There we go. All right, that was a fun one to figure out. Yeah, so it was really just seeing these 6s. I could have tried them down here and probably come up with sort of similar results, I guess, until it broke at some point. But yeah, figuring out that you got your 6s that are going to have to go into an equivalence region, and then they're connected to 5s and 4s. Kind of is the main key to this puzzle, I think. But anyway, that's the pips, and we still have to go back to connections, so let's check that out. All right. So I got to try one of these. I'm tempted to try this one just because I've sort of found other things for the wheels one. Ride could go with teasing. Whip goes with the Catwoman thing. But I haven't really found anything for bodysuit or an alternative to any of these other ones. So let's just do it. Features of the Catwoman costume. Okay. So roast, rib, ride, needle. Oh, okay, I see. Auto, cool, heat and fan or air conditioner or car climate control settings. And then we'd be left with camp, wheels, day, and bra. Yeah, got nothing. Let's try it. Okay, training bra, training camp, training day, training wheels. Yeah, should have seen it. Okay, so let's go with the air conditioner settings. And there we go. All right, let's see. Trickier than usual. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, we have the prescribed order. These two are tied. Thermostat and features of Catwoman costume. Pretty high. I was not expecting it to be that high. Although, I mean, I guess where else would claws go, for example, or bodysuit? Costume pieces, including bra and not claws. Yeah, lots of people made that. That makes sense. Temperature words, including roast. So not auto. Yeah, here's the car slang. I'm surprised that wasn't higher, to be honest. People have not fallen for it yet. But anyway, that was the daily games. Pretty tough day for me. Let me know how you did. And thank you for joining me. Hit like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time.